gonna fall. And Grave is not particularly great.
Yeah, that's true. Forev obviously with the big counter. They are going to pop the ultimate here. No Tail trying to go for QL, but it's now going to be surrounded by 3 heroes. That fourth comes in as Dubu's going to throw out the paralyzing cast, but here comes those 2 defensive supports. Forev, he does have that level 6, so even if they manage to get off the Shallow Grave, it's not going to matter, but the Culling Blade, it's just not quite enough. Now they throw out the Shallow Grave, and damn, I bet Forev misses that Culling Blade now as QO needs to be healed up by Dubu. Runs out of mana though, and QO may just get run down, kicked to death by Moon, barely able to stay out. Meanwhile, MP gets the spin on the fly, knows he's dead, and just accepts his fate. Finally, the kill being picked up by Crit for first blood, but Witch Doctor manages to secure the counter on. Oh, I bet you enjoyed that one quite a bit, didn't you?
Yeah, we need Jack to tell us the gossip on the Chinese scene.
Still trying to do this sort of dual lane scenario against QO. Probably the most explosive player. Oh, and Forev in some serious trouble. Miracle. And doesn't have a waveform for another 3 more seconds. So it looks like Forev does have the movement speed to get out. The battle hunger keeping Miracle slowed down just enough that he can catch him with a second waveform. Meanwhile, QO is playing a rather dangerous game. Is going to come forward, tries to go on fly. Is low enough. Another right click almost finished them off, but they still managed to get the kill on the Dazzle. The Boars, though, get the kill for Moon instead. Not worth the trade-off. His, what I can only presume is the Lincolns required this game. You've got Omni Slash, maybe Paralyzing Cast. Oh, jump on mid. QO gonna die again as Moon Meander manages to make the initiation there alongside No Tail. QO is still another 12 seconds out.
And Miracle hits really hard right now. 119 damage. Combine that with Inner Beast and Overcharge.
Bevy trying to get the deny. Meanwhile, MVP Phoenix coming in from the side. They're going to go and start going on Crit, but Miracle is going to challenge Dubu here. The right click are almost enough to finish him off, but he managed to get a fairy fire. Meanwhile, Crit, a heal actually managed to stop the Culling Blade, and again, that movement speed might be critical as MVP Phoenix are not able to get themselves, extricate themselves out of that team fight. That'll be Axe going down first. The Witch Doctor almost cleaned up. Bevy almost going. Now with this early farm, it seems like OG may actually be able to get their initiating items on a relatively quick pace. MVP Phoenix, smart though, they're going to be able to spout out Crit. Will be able to get their first track kill of the game rather easily. Turns back towards Miracle, who's already got a replicate out, so he can jump over to that one. The call is going to lead the way though. They are going to get a lot of damage onto Miracle. He's ready to jump out in a second and should be able to escape. Meanwhile, the rest of OG using that time where MVP Phoenix were trying to go on Miracle to push down the tier 2. As OG racking up even their lower cores, like the Beastmaster and Dragon Knight, are about to contest the Juggernaut. They're going to jump here on a replicate, blowing everything they had. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, actually centering up, here comes the relocate. They're going to jump on an MP. They manage to get the Primal Roar. The spin, not enough, as Jesus. That Shadow Wave from Fly. Replicate bait here. As they move the replicate into the river, MVP Phoenix scouting it here.
And that is a farm
jump on Forev.
Beastmaster.
Oh, Miracle himself actually jumps over to it, trying to pick up the battery, but this could be perfect. Miracle almost gets bursted down immediately, starts warping strength though, and now the rest of OG able to surround their carry and push back against MVP Phoenix, getting the initiation, and now the push uphill. Perez stuck on the cliff is going to try and make his way back down. Blinks in, manages to get the call, but just can't get the damage done as the rest of his team is being pushed back by No Tail. Now Forev is going to get stunned up by Miracle, rather large stun at that. QO gets the change, creates the space for Forev to be able to get the blink out, and MVP Phoenix should be able to escape with no further losses, but considering that was a smoke gank that turned awry, they're going to go for what is essentially a 5-man smoke. They've got the replicate of the Morphling joining them in this smoke, while Morphling himself pushes out bottom. This allows OG to perhaps get the surprise jump on MVP Phoenix. There it is, the Blink Dagger reveal onto QO. Follow-up Primal Roar to make sure there's no hope of QO being able to get out. And OG, now with their positioning, will push high ground and challenge MVP Phoenix to defend. There are no disables whatsoever to keep him in that position. And Miracle's just going to right-click that tier 3 down with his agility morph.
Full of fights. It's going to be very difficult.
Could be a decent pickoff, but unfortunately, they don't quite get it. They have the vision from Bevy. Are actually going to be able to slow down these 2 heroes, maybe long enough for the Axe to be able to jump in, but not fast enough as Bevy does get bursted down. The Axe still not here, and is not going to be able to get there in time to be able to get the Culling Blade. No Tail gets stalled up a little bit more. MP's going to join the fight, actually. They do have the relocate forward. They're just looking to be able to pop this Dragon Knight. Finally, they will bring him down with that pop, but no, it's now going to be the Witch Doctor who goes down. They turn towards taking at Crit. 3 more seconds, but not fast enough. The Culling Blade takes him out. Now MVP Phoenix on full retreat, at least attempting to, but Fared's going to get caught. And MP, who's spun away, who's now trying to keep that healing ward to somehow run himself all the way back to the tier 2, but it's just not going to happen. Not even tier 2's up. He's got to make it all the way to tier 3. QO providing interference. Looks like the chains was just enough. Tower feeling rather unsafe, as that bottom lane pushing out so far is probably a little bit of a warning signal to MVP Phoenix. They may still get caught here, though, as a jump in. Dragon Tail leading the way. They managed to get the call counter, but still Miracle's going to be able to pop QO nonetheless. And Farev, again, just not tanky enough to be able to survive the onslaught of 5 different heroes. And now OG, they go straight for the throat, trying to take out the melee racks before the 25-minute marker. And they will take it indeed. MVP Phoenix not able to provide a response just yet. Need Moon Meander here, just Miracle and No Tail by themselves are rapidly chipping away that tier 3 tower. MVP Phoenix, they're trying to set this fight up from behind right now with this smoke. It's going to cost them their tier 3 tower, but they do manage to get the initiation. Luke's going to be the first one, almost gets bursted down. Culling Blade not going to be there in time, but they've already lost their Witch Doctor in return. Healing Ward also down, and MP has to retreat all the way back through. Miracle is going to start slowing him down with that Scotty. Now buybacks coming out from MVP Phoenix. Witch Doctor is going to be one, and I imagine the Fared's going to be coming up next. Miracle jumps forward and takes the Witch Doctor out a second time. Sleight of Fist just not doing enough. Jump forward. No Tail not able to catch QO, but they've already taken the objective they needed. Farev pops the blade nail as he managed to get the call into No Tail, but he's being tanky. And MP, he doesn't even come close to cutting through the dragon as Farev goes down to secondary time. And now MP going to be chased away by Miracle. As there it is, MVP Phoenix. They probably knew it for the last 10 minutes, but this is very clearly GG in game 1. OG, they never let MVP